going on, guys? So today's video is going to be an update on the home gym. The last video that I posted about it was back in November 2025, and now currently it's March 26th, and a lot has changed in the home gym. And I wanted to kind of make this video just to show you guys as we go into spring, summer, that you can build a home gym pretty affordably, and you can get some pretty good pieces, and it can work for however you train. So I'm going to format this video and kind of go with talking about each piece of equipment a little bit, and then somewhere down here I will have the price for each piece of equipment just so you guys can see, and then at the end we'll go through and total everything up, and I'll go ahead and give you guys a rough estimate about how much everything costs. That way you guys can get an idea, and if you guys like any pieces of equipment that you see here that I have in my home gym, you can pick them up for yourself as well. So I think first, let me get the garage door up, and then we will start with the floor of the gym. Okay, scratch putting the door up. It's way too bright outside and it's just overexposing everything, but we'll just start with the down. So we're gonna start with the floor. So the floor is your standard Tractor Supply horse stall mats. We have 3 on the top and then 3 on the bottom. And with the size of this garage, there's a little bit of space here and then some in the back corner right there. I'm not obviously too worried about that, but these are pretty thick and they have these little pucks on the bottom of them. So if you get any moisture down there, it won't dry right out your concrete or whatever kind of floor you have on the bottom. So this is how it looks. Really easy to clean. You just gotta take a mop or a broom to it and you can clean it fairly easy. So I have 6 in total, and those cost around $300 for all 6 of them. I debated if I want to fill in the gaps in the edges and just get another one and cut it up, but it doesn't really bother me too much. That's what we have for the floor. And while I have the lights on, let me show you. For the lights, I just have the garage door lights right there. I put 2 Govee smart bulbs in there, so it's a little bit brighter than a regular light. And then I have 2, I believe they're 5-foot shop lights from a company called Barina. It's off of Amazon. So that's what's giving me decent lighting quality in here. For the shop lights, it came in a pack of 6, and I just put 2 up. So I could put the other ones up. I may end up doing that in the future. But let's move on to the first piece of equipment. And the first piece of equipment is gonna be this Bowflex Select Tech 2080 adjustable barbell set. It's a pretty unique and versatile piece of equipment. And as you can see, you have 2 barbells. You have a straight bar, and then you have a easy curl bar. And then up here is where your weights are. It's a pretty useful piece of equipment. This I got on sale as a bundle. So it comes with the stand, and then there's a weight upgrade to it that goes all the way up to 120 pounds. So this, I'll put the price down here at the bottom so you guys can see it. I got it on a holiday sale. They usually run like $100, $150 sales. So you guys can look on their website. And I think I can put a link in the description below, and you guys can save like $100 off. You can take any one of the barbells you want, lift up off the stand, and be able to slot it into place. And then on each side right here and right here is your adjustments. So you just twist it to add more weight on each side, and then just lift it straight up. And then you can do whatever kind of curls or whatever movement you want to do. But it's really versatile. I like using it for just about anything. Curls, obviously, skull crushers, legs, do some lunges with it on your back, things like that. So it's pretty useful. I will say it is mainly made of plastic, especially here in the gears. And then this is some hard plastic to the actual weights, but the actual bars itself are metal. And you can see that they have a little bit of knurling in them as well. So it's pretty good quality, I would say. On the actual bars itself, it says do not drop because you can break the internal gearing in there. So I wouldn't recommend dropping it. I've had it for about almost a full year, and I use it almost every time I lift, and I haven't had any issues with it. So that was a really nice piece of equipment that replaced having to have like an actual barbell tree like you see in most commercial gyms that have bars on each side and they go from like 10 pounds to 120 pounds. Obviously with the small space like I have here in my garage, that was an essential because it gives me a lot of weight, but for a small package that can just sit here in the corner and not take up too much space. So, and then let's move into the second most expensive piece of equipment in this home gym. With the space that I have, I had to get something that was gonna give me enough weight, same thing with the barbell, but not take up too much space. Obviously a full set of dumbbells wouldn't sit in here, and I didn't want to have to buy like separate individual sizes for my dumbbells. So this is what I ended up getting. So this is the Rep times Pepin adjustable dumbbell set. And this goes all the way up to 125 pounds with the adder weights on. So this is probably the best adjustable dumbbell set that you can get. Everything here is CNC machined metal, has a copper plated neural grip on it. And everything is just from the pop pins to the supports on the side. Everything is just top quality, and these are probably the most durable adjustable dumbbells that you can get on the market right now. I ended up opting to go with the stand as well, which was separate, unfortunately. So I will put the price down here for the dumbbells and then for the stand and then a total. so you guys can see that as well. Everything here is just, it's top quality, and I could not recommend these more. If you guys are on the fence between buying a full set of dumbbells and you're kind of worried about the price, I would honestly recommend getting them. They are expensive, but to me, form factor, the quality, it's worth it to me. That's the dumbbells that we have in the gym. But speaking of dumbbells, we actually have this set of Nike Grind dumbbells too. These are in 10s, 15s, 20s, 25s, and 30s. So kind of a light set, but for other people that use the gym too. This is a really nice set. Pretty good quality, I would say. Neuralin's not too aggressive, it's kind of passive. Those are really nice for some warm-ups, some modalities, things like that. And it came with this weight tree too. I believe this whole set was around 500 to 550. I believe. And then while we're talking about the Nike dumbbells too, we have the Nike Grind plates in a assortment of weights. We have them all the way going up to 315 pounds, and that is with 4 45s, 2 25s, 2 15s, and 2 10s. And I believe the price for that too was around $600-ish. Ended up actually using a Dick's Rewards card for both of those. So we got some cash back on that, which was pretty nice. And then this is gonna be the most expensive and kind of central part of the home gym. And this is the Major Fitness B52 Pro rack with Smith machine. So I wanted a rack that obviously was going to fit in the space, because the garage, as you can see, width wise, it's not the best, you know, it's not that wide, but also we have some short ceilings in here. So I had to make sure that something was going to fit within the space of the garage door opener. That wasn't going to be too tall. And then I also could kind of off center it a little bit so that we had space for the next piece of equipment like that. This has been an awesome rack. I've used in like commercial gyms like Rogue Racks and Rep and all sorts of different brands. And as a relatively budget piece of equipment for a home gym, this one's pretty good. I looked at a ton when I was first looking to build out this home gym, just to find one that would fit my needs and be pretty versatile. And I think that this was the best option. So let me show you guys some of the features that this rack has. So this rack comes with 2 aluminum pulleys on both sides. And they have the aluminum pulley wheels in there. Pretty smooth, I would say, for a budget piece of equipment. And then here is the other one on the other side. I'd say they're pretty nice. And then it comes with a set of J-cups to put on each side as well, with these little pop safety pins in there. And then here are your spotter arms on both sides. I just squatted last night, so I have that set up in squat form. And then you can see back there, those are dip bars. So those will go onto the bar right here, and you can do dips in the middle. And then this whole set came with the adjustable bench that you see there. So you can lift it back up and lay it flat. There's a slight decline to it. And then the same on the bottom, you can lift the seat up a little bit. And then the 2 best features I think about this is it comes with the Smith machine bar, the Smith machine attached to it. So you can do anything from squats to bench press, incline, military press. And then here is what the cables are attached to. So this goes up to 170 pounds weight stack, and that's gonna be on each side right there too. And again, it's on the aluminum pulleys as well for both sides. So this was a pretty nice, pretty affordable rack. I'll put the price right here too as well, so you guys can see it. And this rack also came with a handful of attachments. Like I said down there, those are the dip bars right there. Came with the lat pull down, some D-rings, the straight bar. This rope actually had to buy separate. This didn't come with it. And then down in that corner behind that fan, that is a T-bar row attachment too. So you can put your barbell in there. So that's the center point of the gym. Very good rack, pretty good quality. I did notice too, there is some paint chipping going on right there just from use. But final piece of equipment, this is the newest piece of equipment. It is the Titan Fitness leg extension hamstring curl, and it's a plate loaded machine, which is pretty cool. And I did a video on this as well. Quality for the price is pretty good. I'll put the price down here as well so you guys can see that. Price is pretty good. I was kind of worried how I would feel about a plate loaded machine, especially with legs, but I wanted to get a selectorized machine, but I couldn't find any that were just, I couldn't justify the price and spending it, especially with a gym of this size and more than likely not being my last home gym. So this was a really nice piece of equipment. Good materials used. It's really light, so you can actually pick it up and move it. And I did that in the video as well, so you guys can, I'll link that video in the bottom. You guys can take a look at that one. And then last but not least, man, I almost missed this before when we were doing the rack. This is the Rep Fitness Double Black Diamond barbell. So this is a barbell that I decided to go with based off the really good reviews. And I've used use like the Rogue power bars, and they're all right to me. They're a little stiff. They don't give as much whip as what I've experienced with this, which obviously if you're into powerlifting and heavier lifting, good whip will help with your lifts and avoid some injuries. The knurling on this is super, super aggressive. The double black diamond bar is known for that. So if you guys don't like an aggressive knurl and it tears up your hands really bad, I would not recommend this. But for me, I like a strong knurl. I like something that I can grip with, especially with squats. It grips onto the back of your shirt really well. So I do like that. But I do have a question for you guys. If you guys know anything about surface rust on your barbells. Obviously this is my first home gym, so I've never had to experience this when it comes to barbells. But if you guys know something I can do to either prevent this or to just help clean this, I just keep taking like rag and just keep wiping it off, and it seems to come back every now and then. But this space isn't insulated, it's not heated. I actually have like a mini space heater for the winter time and then a fan for the summertime. So if you guys have any recommendations on what I can do about that, put that in the comments below. I really appreciate that. But other than that, some little random pieces that I ended up getting were this TV on this little swivel mount. So usually in the summertime, I can pull that out, turn it either way, and be able to have either some music on or YouTube, whatever. And then here we got some accessories for the barbells. And these are the Rogue competition collars. They're magnetic, so I can just clip them onto the rack like that. I usually just store them up here until I need them. And it's a really convenient place to put them. So those are really nice, they're really strong. And then for the final piece is this gym mirror. It's just a regular mirror from Walmart. Honestly, this was actually a Christmas gift for me for this past year. I can't put anything on the walls like a traditional home gym because this is concrete cement right here. You know, it's the foundation of the house. So I can't drill into that. And then I don't have that much real estate to really hang mirrors without it being blocked completely. I could right there, but wouldn't be able to see much in that space. But yeah, that's gonna be today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And if you guys learned something, or if you guys have any more questions about any of the pieces that I showed you here, just put them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer you guys. Stay tuned also for a video in the end of April, because it's gonna be my 1-year update on having my own home gym, which is gonna be pretty cool. So I'll go over a little bit of how each piece functions for me, how well they've held up over time, and if there's any changes that I want to make to the home gym. So stay tuned for that video. But other than that, guys, I will see you in the next video. So that's gonna be it for this video. That was the home gym build for 2026. A lot has changed since the last video in just 4 months, honestly. But I think with the setup that I have now, I'm really happy with where it's going. I think the only thing I'll have to honestly get more of is plates as I start progressing in my lifts, which I'll have another video of that going out here soon too, because I have not stuck to the schedule that I had planned for the future uploads at all. So I need to get back on track with that. So yeah, stay tuned for those videos. I'll have those going out very soon. We're starting the 3x3 of the heavier lifts for compounds with bench, deadlift, squat. So stay tuned for those videos. And if you guys have any questions about anything that I went over in the home gym, just let me know in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer you guys, and whatever I can find links for, I will also put that in the description so you guys can head over to the website and see what you guys would like to pick up. But I appreciate you guys for watching. If you're not subscribed, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.